My screwdrivers are a mess. I got nut drivers and Torx and small ball and some screwdrivers. These are cleats that I made when I first set up my shop. And they're made out of cheap pine and a brad nailer and some glue. Some of them kind of stiff and hard to get out. Others just wobble around in there like there's just no support. So in this video, I'm going to build a new French cleat holder for all of my screwdrivers. We're going to be making it out of this offcut from my entertainment center project. It's oak, but it's got a lot of nice spalting in there. So I'd like to utilize that. Even though it's shop made, I still like it to look pretty. Now on the Phillips and the flathead, actually on both of them, you're only going to be 2 screwdrivers deep, which is a little over 3 inches, but I'm going to go 4 because what I want to do is angle them on the French cleat holder, but out, so I don't have to pull them straight up. I can actually pull them out at an angle, so I can put it below something with an overhang on the bottom and not have to worry about being able. With the spalting, this is going to be the front of them. So first, I got to trim up the edge, and then I've got to get them cut to the same length as the tops. So as you can see on this spalted piece, there's a bit of a live edge on parts of it. That's actually okay because the first piece we cut is actually going to be on top of it like this. So that live edge is going to be down near the bottom. And just sketch out a general line along on the inside because that's actually going to be the top. So the line I have here is going to be the back edge where this front piece connects on it. So I know how far forward I can drill my front holes. The fronts of these are going to be shorter than the gap here, which is supposed to be 7 inches. So at 5 inches deep, that gives a couple inches down here, which is great because if anything falls down in through those holes for some reason, it's nice to know that they'll just come right out the bottom. I go 5/8 of an inch from the very front. That should be far enough for all the holes. Gives a little bit of wiggle room in there. All right, so first I'll transfer the marks up to the second line of all the front screwdrivers. Alright, so right there is where I need to drill an oversized hole for each of the front screwdrivers. Alright, so 1/2 inch turns out to be just the right size for doing all these screwdrivers. Alright, moment of truth. All the Milwaukee ones seem to be doing just fine. This DeWalt one I'm having a little trouble with. If I angle this, looks like all of them kind of flop back a little bit. So if there's a flat end back here, they seem to be doing just fine. Alright, so with the measurements marked out for the back row, go ahead and center punch each of the crosshairs for where they need to go. Alright, so now the second row is drilled. I just need to worry about the small screwdrivers, and you're asking why don't I put them along the back? The problem is the handles for the larger screwdrivers stick up taller. It's harder to reach back behind, so it's just going to be as simple as doing a small row on the side. They're all pretty short anyway, so I got to make sure I get the holes just the right size for each one of them. The first one, I'm using the tip of the screwdriver since it's a Phillips head to just make an impression right here in the front for where I want the hole to be. Now I'll do that hole first so I can make sure that's good, and then I'll move on to each different one after that. So leave that in there, and I'll make a mark for roughly where the next one should be, which is this one. This one, however, this one's going to be a little trickier. Doesn't wobble around. Again, no real wobble. We'll looks like it's pretty good. Alright, so off camera I sanded it up. I just got it sandwiched in some of my squirting clamps from the previous video I made. And while it's up there, I sat it up. You notice it's not perfectly vertical because this piece right here protrudes further out than the bottom piece. But with that square, that should be the edge of the French cleat wall. So I got the right kind of spacing for that. It was hard to find that angle, but that allowed me to use a piece of cardboard to cut out, to fit into there, to find the exact piece of this I need to make out of wood to attach on the underside as a squaring brace to then attach to the backer piece. Alright, taking a bit of a break so I can see what it looks like on the side profile. As you can see, there's some space right above here, so if something did come out, it's easy to grab the tools from it. But what I was thinking, instead of making two separate ones like I was going to, for the nut drivers and all them, I'm still going to make a separate one, but I'll make a similar block to the one I already have here that can go basically right here, right above the regular screwdrivers for the nut drivers. As you can see right there, easy to grab out from there. But then I'll also have my Torx screwdrivers recessed right behind it, but also slightly up, so it'll allow for another little height adjustment. So it'll still be going up and out, but still be coming out. Just, I figured since I already have the angles going for it, I might as well take advantage of that extra space and condense it just a little bit more to save wall space. As these are spread out 1.125" on center between each one, so I just need to start the first one and then mark out 1.125" for all 7 of them. Alright, so there we go, measured out from the end to accommodate for the side piece that's going to go on the side, and then measured in for each individual hole. And I just need to drill those out so they're the appropriate size for each of those. Got the nice spalted oak piece gluing to the front that's also cut to the size that it needs. These will be glued onto the side here. Now you can see, you know, the screwdrivers down below. Still need to work on a couple of them, and maybe work on something to keep some of these screwdrivers from flopping down. But pretty happy with how that's turning out so far. Well, how'd you think I did? I think it turned out great. More organized now. They're not flopping around. They stay where they need to, and it's easy to pull them out. So I'm happy with the results. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And while you're commenting below, check out some of these other videos that I've done for shop upgrades and other projects. See you next time.